Someone in the comments did say, wow, it's a shock that Amanda Seales didn't know how to debate. And at first I was offended by that. And I was like, what video did you watch? And then I actually watched the whole video last night with the SEAL Squad. And I realized, oh yeah, I'm not debating. And the irony about this was that it's not that I didn't know how to debate, it's that I just chose not to debate. Because the claims that I stated are not up for debate.
Man, I already tried to get through this video on my own. Me and my girl tried to sit down and watch it, and we couldn't get through it, bro. But seeing that it has gone viral, I'm going to try it again. This conversation on Jubilee with Amanda Seales, no disrespect, but she's very, very difficult for me personally to hear talk about anything, period. Bruh, it's just victim, right? And I'd already assumed this conversation was going to be an explosive one between her and 20 black conservatives, but apparently it's much more explosive than I originally thought. So that's why I'm here, right? Especially since I'm not gonna get paid for it, dog, because Jubilee be copyrighting everything, bro. But I gotta get the people what they want, bro. The first prompt says, it's undeniable that reparations are just and necessary. I mean, that's a weird way of putting it. Reparations are just and necessary. That's her claim. So let's do it.
My name is Matt Nuclear.
Hello, Matt. Matt Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear, give me a better handshake than that. Let's do it.
I appreciate having this conversation with a beautiful black woman like yourself. This is nice, beautiful arena here. I disagree that reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the black community would be the stopping of violence, especially black on black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States, yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're gonna start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie.
If you're gonna start the debate on you can't trust any stat, then you've lost your argument as well. There's nothing to base this argument on outside of how you feel and what you've seen anecdotally. But there's one, I don't say statistic, right? Because, I mean, I would give her the benefit of the doubt, bro. Motherfuckers be lying about everything. Everybody, government included. But for anyone to sit here and say that black folks don't take black folks' lives the most is just insane to debate that, as well as the amount of damage that does to the black community, bro. I mean, them type of black folks is savages, dog. And that's what the fuck we need to address first. Real talk. Hey, man. Young man hit the nail on the head, bro. But then you see how she come across. She trying to, like, demean him already. I don't know where you got your education from because, you know, bitch, everybody fucking knows that, dog. Go to Chicago and go to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Go to L.A., go to these hot spots where it's just black on black all damn day. Anyway, let's get it.
If you're gonna start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie.
haven't, though.
They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of Black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you
being
acting
impinged on
right now?
anything.
Do you really
I'm
believe
telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using Black-only dormitories because Black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other Black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when Black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my
Tell me.
God, this is
She
scary.
can't respond.
You need
She
to
can't respond. She can't respond, dog. It's all this facial expressions and emotion, and you need to do this, you need to do that. You can't clap back at that, right? That's a spade and a half, man. And the Chinese decided to come here. Well, who sold slaves to America? Last time I checked, it was Africans over there that sold Blacks to America, bro. It was just so past this, dog. It was so past this, bro. You know what I mean? Reparations is reparations that, bro. That would be the absolute worst thing to do is give a bunch of Black folk money who never had money before, who don't even know what financial literacy means. And you gonna give them money to dig themselves deeper holes, to take out more loans, to pay more interest, to buy things that don't matter, to purchase liabilities, dog. That would be the absolute worst thing to do. The irony in it all is that the Black folks who are financially literate don't need reparations because they've got their financial literacy by being productive in society, bro. Right? We're going to apply these monies to the communities that need it the most, but giving them money would be the absolute worst thing to do, right? It's education, financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? How to pull yourself out of something, bro. And everybody has access to all of this, right? There's nothing being blocked from anyone. We didn't even need to take school into consideration, bro. School is about to be obsolete any motherfucking way, bro. We about to tackle a whole nother bear mountain. What you gonna say when traditional education's been thrown out and all we're relying on is like internet, YouTube, AI and shit, bro? Chat GPT. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna be the argument then? That's where we headed. That would be the absolute worst thing to do is give people that don't know what to do with money. That's why you see these people that hit the lottery. They get checks of millions. Shit be gone in a matter of months, matter of weeks. Money is not going to fix the problem, man.
This is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now.
Okay.
Bruh,
Okay.
Get out of here,
So,
bruh.
On a basic level, we have-
Conversation over, bitch. Who the fuck you think you is, man? You getting cooked and be trying to demean this man when he's cooking your ass, grilling you, motherfucker. Grilling you, bruh.
have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that Black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate Black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist, and stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist. Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact, and there are realities that exist because of redlining. We know that school systems are related to the way that property taxes are affecting the school systems. If a school system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at allowing for students to be able to get what they deserve. When we talk about systemic racism, we have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school students in third grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of, okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free labor. Then how is that not systemic? And if you want to
stop them from entering prisons.
how are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your
educating them.
goal if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
So
Ben
how does King Von happen? How does King Von happen?
King Von
reparations.
hold on,
Actually, no. Let me land the plane.
Yeah.
We're talking about reparations, and what you're doing is actually just trying to get this conversation off the facts. And
Ben
the fact
Carson's-
is, reparations.
He knocked it out the park with that one. Prison pipeline. How do we keep them from prison? By them not going to prison. These people know what they're doing is wrong, right? And there's a lot more than redlining that's keeping them there, bruh. It's toxic ass hood booger black culture is keeping their ass there. Social media is keeping their ass there. The King Vons is keeping their ass there. That's a nuanced topic with nothing but a bunch of other obstacles in the way that's keeping these types of black men in prison, black people in prison, period. They all know that they doing the wrong shit, and it's on them to get their ass up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't fair. The world ain't fair, dog. You know what I'm saying? But redlining happened a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And you got the internet now, bro. The clock is ticking on excuses, man. Anybody can make it regardless of what your fucking circumstances are. It's just a cop-out.
Are just and necessary because on a basic level, black people built this country and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that black people put into this country. And it would behoove you, young man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one
No,
point that I wanted
answer
to
the
say?
question.
Ben Carson's cousins were killed at a very young.
I'm so
She
sorry.
not, she
you've been
not
voted-
there to listen either. She just there to, I mean, that's no shit. She's intolerable, bruh. Like, she's very difficult to even listen to. You know what I mean? Like, bro was up there calm, chilling, no animosity, and she giving this motherfucker attitude just because she disagree with his ass, dog. That ain't it, play. That ain't the way. Like, you exposing a lot more than in your pigeonhole-minded way of looking at things. People are entitled to their fucking opinion and don't need to be attacked for it. But, you know, all this bullshit you talking about don't make no sense. Even with that, reparations are just and necessary. Based on what you're saying, who would you even pay them reparations to? The blood, sweat, and tears that the slaves put into America, they've been dead and gone for a long time. Right? They've been dead and gone a long time. That don't mean they descendants deserve that money. That's not what that means. And at the end of the day, it is what it is, dog. Every nation, every country on this globe has had to deal with slavery to some extent. We ain't no different. America is not fucking special, but we sitting here acting like slavery happened yesterday. From people like this, dog. Even if you paid these reparations, it's not gonna fix nothing. Pump all this money into whoever you think deserves it from the backs of their ancestors that built this country. It's not gonna fix anything. It's going to make matters worse. All right. The best way to address this problem is to empower black folks mentally across the board. Flip the narrative, flip the culture, and instill confidence, positivity, and just change the fucking stigma on this pocket of black folks so we can change the stigma of black people, period. All right, and black folks all need to come to an alignment on that perspective, but we not, because black folks are so fucking divided.
Out by the majority.
Okay.
Please return to your seat.
He cooked, though.
I hope some of y'all are acting. I really do.
So she gonna try to question their
we
character.
We in LA, and I hope some people in here are acting.
I don't think she knew what she signed up for. They should have Candace Owens
what's
up
that on
here
your chain?
fucking cook her
This
ass.
is
If you say debate Candace Owens, I will block you. So if that's what you want to do with your time, fine. But just know I will block you.
corn from Israel.
Lord have mercy.
Here she
Yes,
go,
you
bro.
gotta go.
That's a choice that you are making for yourself.
Yes. The thing with the whole reparations thing, and I don't know, we're probably close to the same age, so maybe you can't call me
How old are
mom.
you?
I'm 32.
I'm 44.
Oh, really? Oh, you look young.
Thank you. That's what water and keeping stress out of your life will
Bro,
do.
look
Really?
old.
Liberal positions are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position because conservatives believe in hard work. We believe in going to work and working for what you got,
Yep.
not asking for handouts
Facts.
Right.
from people who never had slaves. Some of the people that you're asking for money from never had slaves. And let's talk about the fact there were also black people that had slaves. So if you want to talk about that, how is that fair? If I'm a white person and my family fall on the side of the Union, why should I have to pay for slaves when this whole country was never all racist? Some of the founding fathers were abolitionists, and they hated slavery, and they actually put things in the Declaration of Independence and things too because they believed that there would be a future where there would be a black president one day, or that there would be people in leadership that were black. There was people in the North who helped with the Underground Railroad and fought with the Union. So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves. That is priority to you than finding a fair way to accommodate those who have been the descendant of slaves.
Well,
No,
our
it just- it
ancestors
is what
weren't
it is.
asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity, and we have equal opportunity in this country.
Facts.
We had a black president, just in case you didn't know. We had a black president, and we had a black vice president. I think she was black. They said she was black. I don't know. So we had a black president, and you know who voted for that black man? White people, because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, oh, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that continue to talk about racism
Bars.
and continue to focus on racism
Bars.
instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have these liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for
Do
equal
not bring up
opportunity.
Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby. Please.
That's
Harriet
Bruh, she's so,
Tubman.
name in
bruh,
vain.
she's so fucking annoying, dog. Ain't no way hell she married. If she got kids, ain't no goddamn way, bro. And if she is, she got to be with like a Destiny type of motherfucker, bro. Is Amanda Seales married? According to various online sources, as of August, she's not married. She listed options such as boyfriend, companion, significant other, ex, indicating she's not in a relationship. Yeah, ain't no way. Does Amanda Seales have kids? Hell no. She's spoken out about having her eggs frozen. Ain't no fucking way. There's no way, bro. Ain't no way no man gonna sign up to be with that. And ain't no way no man gonna shoot the club up, bro. Cause you asking it.
Tubman's name in vain, baby. Please.
Let's
say the Lord's name
in vain.
Harriet
The
Tubman.
Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
Bars.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
No,
saying, come on in,
no.
come on
You know
in.
who helped her?
Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
God and
People who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
It's
that
a lie.
we
White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
It's
that's
a
simply
lie.
not.
Bruh. I mean, white folk just can't get right, dog. It is what it is. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Right? Can't even help the slaves because they benefit, because white folks benefit from white supremacy. But it's a crock of bullshit here, dog. Like, even if they did, what does it matter? They're not trying to benefit from it, clearly. Helping all these slaves get free. Like, how's that even relevant, bro? It's relevant because I just want to be a victim. No matter what the fuck you say, I'm a victim. No matter what you say, I'm a victim. You cannot relate to my struggle. So you can't speak on that. I'm just gonna sit in this shit and just be mad and fucking salty and bitter and a fucking victim my whole life. When your ass can go out here and get you a fucking 800 credit score if you want to, get you a motherfucking mortgage if you want to, get you a fire-ass job if you want to, become an entrepreneur if you want to, literally can become a professional or expert in any field there is now if you want to. You got countries out here that still literally have slaves now. Hell, you got sexual traffic slaves in America at this moment right now, dog. You don't see all this fucking preaching and all this bullshit going on when there's active people being held against their will, being forced to do the most detestable things. We sitting here talking about reparations. It's reparations now, bro, because black people, in addition to everybody else, can go out here and make the money that they want, regardless of their fucking circumstances. It may be a more difficult journey for some compared to others, dog, but it is what it is, bro. That's the world we live in, dog. All right? It's no different than being born into royalty or being born as a fucking peasant on the street. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody got the opportunity to become something, right? That's your reparations right there.
I mean,
If that were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because
Let
their
me hear
culture, black culture is toxic.
Facts.
The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers
So
in
white
the black
culture
home.
is-
Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Let's talk about that.
None of this is gonna work if y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit. It's not gonna work. No, a debate has to be in facts.
You're
You are
putting off
literally
emotional
not,
liberalism
I am
right
not
now.
putting off emotional liberalism.
Bars.
You're putting off unfounded lies
That's what y'all
based
do.
in
Y'all start saying
conservatism.
misinformation. Remember they
It
did the
is
misinformation thing all summer where everything
Look at this
conservatives
man.
did. They said
You're carrying
misinformation.
a chain around your neck of an apartheid nation that actively wants to harm black people and
What about the
non-Jewish people.
apartheid? What
But
about
let
when-
me bring it
what
back.
about when
Let
black
me bring
people
it
were
back.
selling black people
Let me
in
bring
Africa
it. That was not happening
and put
in the
them
context that
cages,
you're saying.
And they were selling
Let's
their own
bring it
people.
back.
Black people still sell
Okay.
their own people today too. By
I don't
the
know
way,
if I'm gonna last.
we're selling our own
I
people.
can't-
you
I don't
getting
know if I'm
cooked.
gonna
You probably
last.
won't last with me.
Cause
I
you
won't
getting
because
cooked.
your ignorance is so
See, y'all,
overwhelming.
that's liberals. Y'all start name calling when
No,
you're
Facts.
it's
defeated
not
in an
name
argument.
calling.
Facts.
You won't have an argument because you keep cutting me off.
Oh, well, that's fine if they don't let me come
You
back
won't
up.
even.
I made my
you won't.
point.
You didn't make your
I made
point.
my point.
How's
You
how
ha-
she gonna say he cutting her off? Bruh. I don't know. I hadn't seen all of them, bro. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments, man. If she's not the most difficult guest that they've had thus far, she gotta be top 3. And I ain't even seen all these motherfuckers, bro. Like, she's annoying as fuck. Annoying ain't the word, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Cutting me
Oh,
off.
well, that's fine if they don't let me come
You
back
won't
up.
even.
I made my
you won't.
point.
You didn't make your
I
point.
made my point.
You
have
clearly
to make your
did. He
point.
definitely made
And
his
let me
point.
just tell you about your point. You started off saying we believe in hard work.
Yeah.
And we believe in being compensated.
Reparations is not, though. Reparations is not hard work. It's stealing. It's Robin Hood.
You said you believe in hard work.
Yes.
And you believe in being compensated for hard work.
Yes.
Were slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work. But why should
That-
people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
Are you sitting at
be
home
giving
playing a video game?
checks?
Are
But
you
no, the
sitting at
people that
home
they-
playing a video
the
game?
people that they're wanting
Am I
reparations
sitting at
for,
home playing a video game? No.
The people
and
they
I don't
want
know
reparations
I don't
for-
know who these people are that you're talking about because the majority of the black community is not sitting at home playing video games.
The majority of the black
Where
community
are you
is
getting
doing a
that
lot of
statistic?
things.
Where are you
A lot
getting
of
that
things is not
statistic?
right. I've been-
Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
I knew I was gonna be surrounded by ignorance, but damn, let's go.
All right, next up. Black on black crime is a result of underinvestment and over policing.
So you say that black on black crime is due to underfunding and over-policing, essentially. Yes. I actually don't necessarily disagree with one of those. Okay. I think that, however, the government, who do you think should be responsible for the funding piece of the black community? Should that be something that the government should step into, or should that be something that we as black people need to handle ourselves? Dr. Jordan Peterson and even Thomas Sowell and several others have stated one thing, that poverty and crime, there's a positive correlation. There's also a positive correlation in the black community of absentee fatherism being one of the root causes leading into criminality. Black males that grew up without a father are 10 times more likely to engage in criminal activity. And so I think one of the...
Can I put a pin right there and ask you a question?
Ask me whatever you like.
What is the root cause of there being less fathers present?
Bad decision making on the part of the fathers. We live in a patriarchal system. Like it or not, men have dominated the socioeconomic, economic, and political power of this country and the world since our existence. So our bad decision-making, especially when we focus on the black community, is the root cause of fatherlessness.
What type of decisions?
Not marrying the women we decide to lay down and have children with. Not being careful with the seeds that we plant in women. No woman can get pregnant without a man planting his seed inside of her. So therefore...
So it's marriage.
Well, that's a part of it. That's marriage is a part of it.
Okay.
But the true piece that I'm looking at is connectedness between familial units. The black community was at its economically strongest while being at its poorest during the segregation era. Prior to 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King in his last speech said that we have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of Canada and more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. That was when we were economically at our poorest. Yet 85% of our black children were growing up with a father in the home. There was less black on black crime. There was less disenfranchisement.
Why was there less black on black crime?
Because we needed to live together. We had to stick by each other. We had to stick
What
by
was
each
there
other.
also less of?
I'm not sure where you're leading. That's a leading question. I don't like those.
You don't like this?
I don't like leading questions, no. I like direct stuff.
So essentially, when we were living in our own communities, we were also policing our own communities. So we were not being used as statistics in the same way to determine how resources were provided to our own communities. When we were going to the government saying, hey, we deserve because we are supposed to be separate but equal, we weren't saying, hey, we want to be with y'all. We were essentially saying, we want what you are stating we deserve. And that is what all of the efforts of the civil rights movement has been. It's literally just been to say, you said when we got out of the Civil War that we would be considered citizens, and all citizens should be getting equal access to these things. However, you are actively allowing the Klan to harm us. You are actively allowing...
Who's killed more black people, the Klan or us?
I would like to continue my statement. I let you speak uninterrupted.
You did.
When we talk about this concept of who is harming us, we are really making a false claim when it comes to black on black crime, as if there isn't white on white crime. There's also this unnecessary effort to try and pathologize black on black crime in a way that you don't try to pathologize white on white crime. There are white people killing each other every single day. Now, they may be on jet skis in the pictures after they shoot up their whole family, but nonetheless, there are white people killing each other every single day. Now, much of the reason why you may see more numbers in terms of black on black crime are for two reasons. One, the statistics be lying all the time. We have seen
What
this.
numbers? Okay, when you
we
say
have
that,
seen
no,
this
no,
in a real way.
but I have a
So in
question.
New
No,
Jersey.
when you say,
So
when
in
you
New
say
Jersey.
that, what numbers can be trusted? Because with the previous speaker, you
I'm
said
about to
statistics all
tell
the
you
time.
right now.
Okay, so your sources can
You
be
can't
trusted.
such number. No, I'm literally about to give you an example of numbers not being able to be trusted.
Okay, talk to me.
That's what I was doing.
I'm
so,
listening.
Okay, then listen.
Oh, my ears open.
So listen, in New Jersey, they had a statistic that was created by the police department that said, look at how many black people are committing crimes. Look at how crazy this number is. These black people are so exorbitantly violent. Look at this. And then people went and actually matched the names that they were booking with the faces of the actual people incarcerated. And it was proven that they were lying.
So that's one. So that's one instance.
That's
Hold on.
one
No. You're
example.
talking to somebody that works as a police dispatcher when I'm not making content. So here's the thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
no. You see what?
Does that mean that black on black crime isn't an issue? Does it mean that black on black crime should not be discussed? Does that mean that black on black crime is not a problem? Does that mean that black on black crime does not happen more per capita than any other fucking race in America? Absolutely not, bro. I don't even need to fucking look at the stats. I don't need to go ahead and I don't need to dig through the crates to try to find white folks doing drive-bys in the neighborhood, killing up white folks. The black culture, I don't even call it black culture, bro, 'cause I ain't trying to disrespect black folks, because black culture is a beautiful thing, the good parts of it, man. But unfortunately, black culture is stigmatized because of this shit. Black on black crime is definitely a fucking issue, right? Yeah, you right. White people kill white people all the fucking time because the majority of people here in America are white. So there's more likelihood of that happening. But with the population of black folks so small compared to white folks, and black people kill as much as they fucking kill, that's not a problem. Or it's not real. It's all fake because numbers is fake and black folks ain't really dying like that. They ain't really killing each other like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's all cap. All right. Tell these fools at these funerals. Tell these mamas that lost their sons. Tell these sons that lost their mamas. You can tell by our fucking music, man. Like you ain't gotta know the stats, bro. Look at our music. Listen to how fucking sadistic and demonic and dark and evil and dangerous our fucking music is, bro. Or a woman or whomever that wants to agree with the fuck she's saying. And music is fucking powerful. You know what I'm saying? Music make people do dumb shit. Music make niggas do dumb shit. Right? White folks ain't worried about that shit. The Asians ain't worried about that shit. Hispanics ain't worried about that shit. They ain't talking all this fucking gun talk, kill talk. You know what I'm saying? YN shit. The whole YN shit right now, dog. These crazy, emotional ass killers out here. You know what I mean? That are empowered through the fucking music, bro. Miss me with that shit, dog. You know what I mean? So not only are we going to cry victim, but we're going to overlook the real damage that the black community is doing to each other.
You know, man, we right here with the YNs in Baltimore City.
Why you taking
and we
chains
just trying to really get to know what's going on with the YNs,
What?
right?
Nothing
So
going
right
on
now
with
we got a YN right here, very aggressive, look like he just came out the zoo.
Yeah.
And then clearly we got some more people coming up behind us. They're all
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
So first and foremost, why do you have the ski mask on? It's 95
He
degrees.
don't talk. His name Cutthroat. He don't talk.
It's 90 degrees in summertime.
He doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk. It's
He
crazy.
don't.
Is he remedial? What is going on?
What is your current goal, your goal period in life?
I ain't got no goals. I was born to stay in the hood.
You was born to stay in the hood?
I'm with a plastic fork.
How you gonna make money and
The government gonna take care of me. All I gotta do is have 8 kids and I'm Gucci. Do you know how much food stamps I could get with 8 kids?
So you jacking the welfare?
Yes. The hood is the land of opportunity. We in Dubai right now if you really think about it. I can get a chopped cheese, Chinese food, and Don Julio on the same block. We in Dubai right now.
Bro, how old are you?
I'm only 13.
Y'all think this YN is onto something?
You niggas is not tough, gang. Everybody got guns, gang. That shit don't scare nobody. Everybody killed. That shit don't scare nobody, gang. Straight up. On phone now. A crash out just like you a crash out, gang.
You ask a disrespectful question. That's like me sitting here asking you some gay ass, like how you like it up the ass or something. You know what I'm saying? If I ask you a question, how would you feel? That's what I'm saying. So you ask my man a ass question, he gave you a ass response, you ain't gonna get on her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, gang. So what
nah,
you
bro, I
wanna do?
know you ain't gonna.
So what you wanna do,
bro, I know
gang?
damn well you ain't just.
Gang. So what you wanna do? I ain't gonna fake it. I ain't gonna fake it. I don't get no.
But these stigmas and stereotypes ain't just materializing out of nowhere, bro. Stereotypes and stigmas come from truth. And that is absolutely true when it comes to a certain part of our demographic, right? And unfortunately, that portion of our demographic has the loudest voice because they're the most dangerous, they're the most toxic, they're the most degenerate, right? And that's what we all get labeled with because of that shit, man. But no, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Numbers align. Get the fuck out of here.
Truth, if you just give me a second. Like Trump said, just give me a second. I'm going to do the weave, but give me a minute.
Well, here's
So
what
when
you all keep doing. You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make.
The point that
and
you're
yet you want
raising-
me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works. So if you want me to keep getting louder, I will do it. But ultimately, if I show you respect, give me the respect back. I let you talk. I let you make your points. I am countering your points. And my points are just as valid as yours, even though you got a pocket square and a Church of Christ pin on your chest.
It's not a Church of Christ. It's
Whatever.
a cross.
It's a cross. Same difference. You got an
Get this
American.
bitch out of here, bro. Get this bitch out of here, dog. Not only is she a fucking victim, she's the epitome of the stereotype that's holding black women back too. The irony in that shit, right? But I guess black women ain't going out sad the way that they are. The stigmas and the labels that they get are inaccurate. That's not what it is. And to be fair, that ain't all black women. But to see the similarity in what's being discussed, right? How she's talking, loud, crass, rude, disrespectful. You know what I mean? That is the image that a lot of black women get in America, right? It ain't all black women. It's some black women, but that is the label that most black women get. And the irony that she's trying to depict black women or black people, period, as something that they're not, when just by her own communication with this person, you are proving everybody's fucking point. Right? Yeah, all black motherfuckers ain't dangerous, but there's a bunch of dangerous black motherfuckers out here that are making life hard for black folks. Yeah, all black women ain't loud and disrespectful and obnoxious and shit, but there are some loud ass, irritable, intolerable ass black women, right? That make life harder for all the other black women, bro. Ain't that a motherfucker, bro? But yeah, I'm good with this one. I'm good with this one, bro. She's fucking. I couldn't do it, bro. You don't need to. You just let her cook herself, bro. Right? She ain't made one. I mean, she ain't made one valid point. All she come with is emotion, disrespect, and trying to out loud a motherfucker, dog. And you know when someone's doing that, they've lost the fucking debate, bro. So yeah, she's cooked herself.
By now, many of y'all have seen my episode of Surrounded, one black radical surrounded by 20 black conservatives. And I know everybody who watched it has many thoughts. Someone in the comments did say, wow, it's a shock that Amanda Seales didn't know how to debate. And at first I was offended by that. And I was like, what video did you watch? And then I actually watched the whole video last night with the SEAL Squad. And I realized, oh yeah, I'm not debating. And the irony about this was that it's not that I didn't know how to debate, it's that I just chose not to debate. Because the claims that I stated are not up for debate. Reparations are deserved for everyone who is the descendant of chattel slavery, as well as a number of other injustices, particularly in the United States, that have been supplanted upon Black Americans. Black on black crime is not real. It is a concept that was created to further the ideology that black people are somehow less civil, that we are savage, that we are less human, and thus require more policing, needing to be sequestered. The continued proliferation of black on black crime as an actual real concept is actually black on black crime. It is the weaponizing of black people against black people. Systemic racism is not up for debate. It is what it is. And lastly, no. Black conservatism does not make any concessions or room or care for the working class. Actually, the concept of black conservatives is literally an oxymoron. When I walked into that room and I saw the people that were there and how many of them were young people, I didn't want to debate them. And I was dealing with people who are deeply affected by indoctrination and by self-hatred. I wanted to show them the ways in which they had been misled to being able to show up for themselves and for their people. And of course, they're only a portion of this project. The true audience is not who you're debating, but who's watching and trying to get information and concepts to them that are being actively impeded. And that felt far more valuable than just being right.